So this past weekend came Marvel's latest movie, Thor Ragnarok, and probably for the first time ever, people actually care about Thor. He's always been the Avenger who kinda gets overlooked. Many people love Iron Man, Captain America, and the Incredible Hulk, but Thor has just been meh for a lot of people. I find it kind of unfair. I think the first Thor movie is highly underrated and works as a great Shakespearean royal family drama. But I'm not about to review all the Thor movies, I'm here because of Ragnarok. This review is going to be spoiler free, so don't worry if you haven't seen the film yet. Instead of going the more dramatic route, Ragnarok completely shifts into a more Guardians of the Galaxy style road trip comedy starring Thor. The more comedic and fun side of the character is on full display here. Chris Hemsworth is perfect in the comedic role. Mark Ruffalo as Hulk is still awesome, even though we haven't seen him in forever. Tom Hiddleston is still as good as he was in the first Thor, and fits in perfectly in this comedy about two brothers traversing the galaxy. Him and Hemsworth have great chemistry, certainly more chemistry than him and Taylor Swift. But I have to say, my favorite is the great Jeff Goldblum. Whenever he's on screen in any movie, he puts a huge grin on my face. I love that Jeff Goldblumness and all his Goldblumisms. The stutter and repetition thing he does and his voice are perfect in any movie. He even made Independence Day Resurgence fun whenever he was on screen. And he owned his role in this movie. I can't say there are any standout actors though, and that's a good thing. Everyone was great in their roles. So good in fact, that not even Goldblum could steal the show with all the Everyone gets so many great moments throughout. I laughed so many times. This is a good example of why Marvel is so effective. They're able to make jokes and callbacks to previous movies, and they're so hilarious. I won't spoil anything, but make sure you've seen the Avengers before seeing this one. You don't need to have seen the other Marvel movies though to enjoy this, but it helps. The action was tons of fun too. It was cool seeing Thor change up his style and fight without Mjolnir. The Hulk really brings it too. Also, the soundtrack is lively and epic, and again gives those Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. It's fantastic. Probably one of the few times that a Marvel movie soundtrack actually stood out. So anyone who watches Thor Ragnarok is guaranteed a good time. It's tons of fun all around, and you won't be disappointed. I do have a few gripes with Ragnarok, but nothing too severe. Firstly, there's a lot of exposition. Many characters, especially the villain Hela, basically just explains to you what you need to know. Nothing is left for the viewer to interpret or figure out. Like in one scene, Hela explains her backstory, but later on, Thor sees a visual representation of it for a few moments without any dialogue. Like, why not just show us the visual? Did the movie think we're too dumb to understand pictures? So whenever the film did that, it was quite annoying. Another problem I had was some of the cinematography, which is weird because it's such a basic thing that we assume the filmmakers will get right. A lot of the shots during moments of dialogue came across as extremely lazy. It's mostly simple A-shot, B-shot stuff. The camera will have a shot of one character as they're talking, then when another character responds, it cuts to their face, and so on. And in parts when a character gives a brief monologue, it gives a close-up of their face. The camera work is really boring sometimes, and needs more creativity. Like, seriously guys, watch Citizen Kane, that's how it's done. My last complaint is that I found it a bit cheesy sometimes, something I feel shouldn't be said about any modern superhero movies, but in a story about Norse gods and magic and superheroes, I guess it comes with the territory. One last thing that's not really a complaint, but a reoccurring feature of Marvel movies are one-note villains. Hela was alright, not bad by any means, besides her constant exposition. So Marvel movies tend to only focus on the protagonists, while the villains are left pretty boring and one note. I guess if I had to choose between developed heroes or villains, I'd go with heroes each time. A movie can easily survive a stale villain, but an underdeveloped protagonist would be toxic for any film. So that's about all I have to say about Thor Ragnarok. In my opinion, it's definitely worth seeing. Any moviegoer, whether a Marvel fan or not, can enjoy it and have a good laugh. Despite its flaws, I had a great time watching it. Thor is finally cool. Awesome. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.